The letter arrived on a Tuesday. Certified mail. Return receipt requested. I recognized the HOA's letterhead before I even opened the envelope. $50,000. They were fining me $50,000 for a small earthen dam I had built on my own property. The notice didn't just demand payment, it demanded I dismantle the dam entirely within 30 days or face daily fines of $500 on the top of the initial penalty. They had no idea what was going to happen when I did exactly what they asked. My name is Martin Kowalczyk. I am a retired civil engineer. I spent 32 years designing drainage systems, retention ponds, and erosion control structures for municipalities across the Midwest. I bought my property in 2009, 5.5 acres at the edge of Roger Croft Meadows HOA development, a sparkling network of about 240 homes that had been carved out of what used to be farmland and natural floodplain. Within my first year, I hired a licensed hydrologist named Dr. Pamela Fitch to assess the watershed. Her report was 31 pages. Her conclusion was simple. Without active water management on my parcel, roughly 40 homes on eastern side of Roger Croft Meadows would experience periodic flooding during heavy rain. The Roger Croft Meadows got a new HOA board. The new board president was a woman named Diane Westergaard. She had a notebook. She patrolled the streets on weekend mornings in a white golf cart with the HOA logo on the side, which she had ordered at association expense without a board vote. I drafted a response. 11 pages. I attached my property survey with the creek corridor highlighted. I attached every permit, every state filing, every county approval document. I still have the voicemail saved, not because it was threatening, though it was, but because it was the moment I understood exactly how I was dealing with. Her name is Rebecca Elderton. She specialized in priority rights and municipal law. Westergaard began a campaign. She knocked on doors. She stood at the community mailboxes. She handed out a one-page summary claiming I had built an illegal dam on Shares watershed. About 60 residents showed up to that meeting. I sat in the third row with a copy of every document Rebecca and I had assembled. I showed the room exactly where the creek ran on my property. I explained what the dam did. I explained what would happen without it. If this board continues to demand removal of the dam, I will comply. And when I do, I want the 40 homeowners on the eastern drainage path to understand why the hydrological consequences we. Over the next 3 weeks, I had 7 homeowners knock on my door asking to read the report. I sat at my kitchen table and walked each of them through it, page by page. Rebecca's response was the 14 pages and cited 11 precedents. The short version, their CC&R authority over environmental modifications applied to common areas, not private property. She filed a formal complaint with the Harlan County HOA Dispute Resolution Board. She also sent a letter to each board member individually, informing them they could be held personally liable. By Monday morning, the HOA's treasurers had resigned from the board. He sent me a brief, awkward email apologizing and saying he had serious reservations about the board's direction. His inspections took about 2 hours. His report found the structure to be in full compliance. He noted that the removal of the structure without a replacement retention plan would likely result in increased downstream flood risk. The HOA annual meeting was scheduled for 6 weeks later. The turnout was the highest in the association's history. Carol Bennell Court stood up and read from Dr. Fitz's report. There was a vote of no confidence in the current board leadership. It passed 63% to 37. Diane Westergaard was removed as a board president. I stood at the pond at evening, watching the water level, taking notes in my field notebook the way I always do. My neighbor, Carol, texted me a photo of her dry basement with a single word: grateful. Do like and subscribe to HOA Incredible Stories.